Peace and blessings to the most. Thanks for the Most High giving us the opportunity to be here today. This is a State of the Union address, December 14th, 2024. It's been a hell of a year, man. Hell of a year, hell of a year. To those who are most inflicted with ailments or conditions that's going on, circumstances right now, someone waking up hungry, waking up not in a home, waking up in a county jail, waking up in a state prison, feds, boot camp, any of that, and you didn't do the thing they saying, or you might have done something, but it wasn't worth what they got you going through. I just want to say, you're being thought of, and God got to be with you, man. God got to be with you. But I'm just being honest. I'm having a conversation about our women. The men who fund the ridiculousness from strip clubs to streetwalkers to OnlyFans and everything in between. You niggas out here giving proceeds, giving money to women who do nothing for the community, do nothing for their children, do nothing for their families. They're selfish. They care about their exterior look more than their interior. They don't pour into anyone, helping anyone or anything, but yet you financing these bitches stay and live in certain better places than men who get up and work every day, and women who get up and work every day and don't shake their ass and don't sell themselves as a sexual item. Why are these women living better? Why is a few percentage of women who have the look, who have the aesthetics, living better? I don't know if she's morally okay, her principles are intact, or her standards or anything, but we're talking about where she lives, what she drives, food on the table every day, clothes, so on and so forth. She can live her life whatever way she wants, cause some trick ass nigga will finance it. Cold world, bro. Let's have a talk.
Man, you can get a lot done with money in America, man. In America, you can be with people that don't like you if you have money. That's the situation with a lot of people who marry.
Oh, wow, I'm dying.
Especially men. When men are trying to get a woman that they feel looks the way a woman should look as they have money, it's not hard getting them if you got the money.
So all it takes is the money. You ain't gotta have the looks, none of that.
You know how it go, man. I know dudes who are straight dirtbags, like bullies.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's a nice word, bully. Guys who do people dirty and everything. But they got that paper, so I'm just saying they normally get who they want.
They gotta find a person on their side.
My homeboy, man, he's straight. Man, look, I was like this. We used to shoot pool hall closed 2 in the morning. You be outside talking. Man, we was out there talking all night. Then all of a sudden, the sun started coming up. So it started getting hot in the cars. We didn't know he had a girl in that car. And she was like, where we gonna leave? And we was like, man, you got that girl in that car that long? He said, I got that paper. She ain't going nowhere.
Damn.
I got that paper. I was like, wow.
That's your friend.
Corey,
She didn't go nowhere.
Yo, this is what I wanna do, man.
Money makes me your leader. Period, point blank. If I give you money in exchange for services, it don't have to be.
Get the speaker for this shit. My apologies. Hold on one second. Says to you for me to fuck up shit. And I ain't holding nothing back. And once again, I got 5 on chronic sack.
Connected.
Let's have a conversation.
It be sex. It don't have to be sex. It could just be things I need to get done.
So it started getting hot in the cars. We didn't know he had a girl in that car. And she was like, where we gonna leave?
even. We was like, man, you got that girl in that kind of low? He said, I got that paper. She ain't going nowhere. Damn, I got that paper. I was like,
Chill for it.
Corey,
she
hold
didn't
on.
go nowhere.
Hold on, man. Yo, this is what I want to do, man. Money makes me your leader. Period, point blank. If I give you money in exchange for services, it don't have to be sex. It don't have to be sex. It could just be things I need to get done that makes me your leader in a certain situation. So, I think a lot of times people, they don't like to be in a position where they feel like somebody is dominant over them because they have a misconception of what leadership is. It's like if you need somebody for anything, you know, that's just a human condition. So if you need somebody or you see somebody else dealing with somebody because they need them, because your ego tells you that's not right, doesn't mean that it's wrong. You know what I mean?
Finances is the number one issue in all relationships. It's like statistically proven, right? People divorce, people break up because of finances. It's always a touchy subject. Because money is so tied to emotions anyways, so it's going to be the number one subject. Falling in love with potential is the same as falling in love with lies. Like, I'm the kind of person, and a lot of women are, we want to see the proof in the pudding.
A big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen.
Before Dr. Umar speak on that, what seems to be the case is regular ass females. I'm not saying all of them have the same body or face. Some of them could be immaculate when it comes to the looks. Ass sitting, titties sitting, they young, their stomach flat, arms not big, no double chin. Bitch ain't got scars and mosquito bites all over her body. The bitch on point. Aesthetically, she on point. She's still a regular bitch. And what I mean by that is, what does she do for a talent? If she didn't look this way, what the fuck will we be paying attention to her for? There's only a handful of bitches who look gorgeous and have a skill outside of looking gorgeous. They can articulate their words. They have some type of skill set that they can put forth, whether it be in the arts or it be in you know, being in the medical field, being a lawyer, being an engineer, being something like that. There's not too many women who are gorgeous, who are talented at something other than niggas want to fuck you. That's the problem. Men ain't telling you. You're only as successful as how many men want to fuck you in this world. Sadly, I didn't make rules. I'm not in control. I don't have the power to determine how much women make in comparison to men. I didn't have the control to tell women they can't work, or they could work, but it could only be here. I didn't have the control to tell women you can't have a credit card unless your husband co-signs. Boss ain't had nothing to do with that. So saying boss hate women, boss got a problem with women. The establishment has a problem with you. They got a bigger problem with me though. But let's hear.
Queen is the snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him.
I don't care about a man's potential at all. I don't. I care about his productivity, because now
she will help him level up. And then when the sisters see him 5 years ago, 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sisters say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what? When he was looking for a sister to help him level up, to invest in him, none of them wanted it. You know why? Too many black women want a finished product.
Because now you wake up with.
Let's speak on that. Now, he's making a general statement, but let's understand what the higher percentage, the majority is. The majority is the most, motherfuckers. Women, stop trying to come up with your anecdotal experience and compare that with the general statement. Like, a general statement is, most men do not have their pick of the litter. Most men are not players. Most men do not and cannot walk around getting the woman they want. But there will be some woman who will be like, I know this fat nigga. He fat, he this, he ugly, and he keep a woman. Are you talking about somebody paying for pussy? That's not what we talking about. Paying for pussy is not, you can't be no player and you paying for pussy. Oh, you mean like prostitute paying for pussy? Or he paying to go out on dates, or he paying rent, or he paying this and that. Either way, player ain't paying no bills. Player is sticking and moving. Player got 3 bitches to cook dinner, and he gotta decide which bitch house he going to eat, and the other 2 who he lying to about his stomach hurt for being full from eating at the other bitch house. Huh? That fat ass, ugly ass nigga can't pay prostitutes to cook him no fucking meal. To be in public holding hands and all this shit. No, that ain't what play. That fat ass, ugly ass nigga ain't getting all that. Play ass nigga work at Burger King, work at the grocery store, work at the Pizza Hut, work at McDonald's, work wherever the fuck, or don't work nowhere. But he has swagger, he has charisma, he has goddamn the gift of gab. That man will talk himself into a situation. He may not be the most attractive guy. He may not have all the resources and funds, but guess what he is, ladies? Guess what ladies who have money actually want? Because they've been with the niggas who had money, and they know how that go. They got money themselves. They want a man they could actually trust. They want a man they can actually have a good time with and laugh with and enjoy life. And everything isn't an argument, and everything isn't a fight, and everything isn't a battle. That's what women really, who got their shit together per se, meaning their finances, where they stay at, what they drive, how they're gonna pay for their utilities and their clothes and their groceries. Once a woman got that figured out, she's not concerned about another nigga coming in here after she worked so hard to get this to say, now I'm gonna take over. It sounds good in theory, but you've been working too hard at this shit to just let another nigga come in and just king your ass and be like, nah, baby, I see what you had going on. Let me change that up. That's what real leadership look like. It look like you being quiet when you want to run your mouth. It's you lowering your voice when you want to yell. It's you not cussing so much. It's you not calling people out of their name to express yourself. Being able to articulate yourself in a way other than showing anger and what was disdain towards something. There's a way of going about anything, ladies. But too many of my ladies will not play in the game of accountability. It's always to place blame on others and other circumstances instead of you knew better, you should do better. You can't nothing you can do about the past, but you can't sit here blaming everybody fucking but yourself. Watch this.
Now you wake up with the man in his boxers on your couch in your refrigerator scratching his balls, talking about when his dinner ready, and he don't even even know how.
See, that's another thing about. I keep hearing this thing about meeting motherfuckers at where they are. As a male leader, I am not supposed to be around a woman who I can't influence, who I can't help, who I can't introduce new ideas, new things to her life. If she come in this motherfucker thinking she know everything and she done seen everything, all I can do is give her a little game and send her on her way. I don't give a fuck where you at. If they not on my level, I used to say this shit in middle school, high school, baby, go on and get you a 3-step ladder. And when you get that, let me know. She like, what the 3-step ladder for? I said, bitch, you gotta get up on my level. You're simple-minded right now. You're simple-minded. Your logic of thinking is very immature. It's very like you have a mental illness. Even if you listen to a woman talk, sometimes you'll think she had to be on a special bus, because what logic No logic there, no rationale there, no common sense. It's just feelings and emotions. Well, feelings and emotions will get you fucked up on the turf. As a male, you got to control your emotions. You can feel all the fuck you want, but you better keep it to yourself. You can feel what you want as a man, but you better keep it to yourself. The luxury of women, they get to feel and express it, and a motherfucker, male or female, who don't even abide by it, to be like, just let her have it. Well, bitch, I ain't letting you have it. I'm letting you have it. If that makes sense to you, huh? I ain't letting you have it. I'm letting you have it. You get me? You got me. Let's move forward.
You don't even know how much your rent is.
And this right here is the difference between not understanding how to select a man with a potential and a straight up pookie-fied bum. This lady will sit here and look you dead in the face and say, I don't date potential because the last guy that I picked wrong sat on my couch scratching his nuts, talking about when's dinner ready, not even know how much the rent is. Ma'am, you chose horribly. Please don't put that on a hard-working man out here trying to come up. Black women have to stay with me. Black women have to stop expecting men to be a finished product. It's harder on us. Help him level up.
What?
Stay with me. Help him level up and become what you need him to be. Because the big reason.
There's no way I'm even allowing a man to even know where I live at until he done proved himself. You don't even get the address.
Are you for real? Was you did a 9 to 5 guy?
Like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like 9 a.m.
Would you date a school teacher?
No, because I need somebody with a flexible schedule. I have a flexible schedule.
Why?
Office. Because
Yes.
technically, for myself, I've made a schedule for myself that's 9 to 5. So where I'm over here shooting.
Okay, he that school teacher.
We gonna leave this bitch about 5.
That's not as long but like so really
the same house. I got a 9 to 5.
9 to 5 can be whatever you
Whatever
want
you
it
want
to
it to
be.
be. Okay,
Yeah.
so then yes, but in the sense of would I date a school teacher?
Didn't you just hear me? Didn't you just hear me talk about feelings and emotions? I'm gonna give you this. It's been a minute, but if any of y'all get the chance to digitally pull up the movie ATL, shouts out to everybody involved, T.I. Bitwise, so on and so forth. Jason Weaver was in that thing. I forget other names, forgive me. But the point was, it was that situation where Lil Nunu, he found out Lil Nunu was on the other side of the tracks, which I don't know, maybe that's some, how they wrote the script, but a West Side nigga found out this bitch stay in Sandy Springs and got some bread would never be a negative thing. I mean, she down here in the trenches with us when I met the bitch. It ain't like you met the bitch at the mall, you know what I'm saying, at Perimeter or Cumberland or some shit, or Lenox, and she was trying to act like she was from the hood. Like, you met her in the hood, but she wasn't acting hood, she just kicking shit. But anywho, I digress. The point is, he found out it was an issue. T.I.'s character found out Nunu was on some other shit. He blew up with his boys. They were supposed to be going to the skate rink, Cascade. You already know what it is. Off MLK. Supposed to be going to the Cascade, the skate and shit, the Battle Wars or whatever the fuck it was. But the point was, he was all down and depressed and shit. Unc came down there with some lemonade, I believe, and told the young boy, it's the difference between how you feel and what's real. It's the difference between how you feel and what's real, man. I tend to lean on from sight and reputation and watching characteristics that a lot of women, not all of them, but a heap of women live in an alternative universe. They live in Imagination Station. You can just make it up. It didn't happen, make it up. You didn't see it, make it up. You didn't hear it, make it up. Just make it up. Just make it up. Don't worry. Just make it up. That's what I've seen my women do as a whole, but not all of them, but a large majority in moments and times, especially if they haven't dealt with traumas, they haven't dealt with things going on in their life that's persisted over the years. They tend to live in imagination station. That's where you plug into the station and whatever you think it'll be. But that's not how it is on the turf, ladies. Your preferences don't fucking matter about how the power and the water is gonna run. And if the streets are paved. If the delivery and truck drivers and freight drivers and goddamn 18-wheelers and the goddamn boats and the planes, that none of your opinion is gonna change. You waiting on the Amazon, yeah, you placed the order, but if that fucking truck don't pull up, bitch, what you gonna do? You don't make nothing. You don't generate nothing. If you're not building something, supplying something for the people, you're just a consumer. But let's back to it.
The school teacher? I am.
He's talking to traditional 9 to 5.
I
With me.
Oh shit.
Why do you say
I need somebody to be like, yo, sit down and shut up for a second.
I'm gonna ask some girl, please.
Please?
Like,
You don't think 9 to 5 guys could be like a servant?
I personally won't take you seriously.
Well, just because he's a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
but what if he's an ex-con that now works a 9 to 5?
If you're like hood affiliated, I'll listen.
I speak very fluent hood rats. All the hood rats like, oh, over here, I ain't know. You ain't say you speak hood rat.
Do you have a job, Jay?
Yes.
Okay, why can't I deal with you? The reason why I can I can't think about it. They got a job either. That's why I said I don't want nobody with a job because we want to go to Jamaica to see your girl's family. You can't because you got to go to your but you can't tell them like, oh,
You know, so when I heard all that, bro, I feel like that was childish. That's a childish mindset.
Need them to be, because the big reason why these snow bunnies are running.
Or a drug dealer, or a scammer.
to see your girl's family. You can't because you got to go to your but you can't tell them like, oh, I gotta go to Jamaica tomorrow. Like you gotta no, but when so you could just leave your job.
I mean,
anytime, like you told us we had to push the time back because you didn't get off work till a certain time. Like that already is like a hassle.
You want more like black men with white women. Like a lot of successful black men go for white women. They go lighter.
But the question is, why do you?
What is a bitch talking about? You can't tell your job you just need to go to see your girl's family in Jamaica. What the fuck do women think? Women like this think. They think life is just about traveling and doing what the fuck you want. How do you pay for this shit? This just sounds like somebody who doesn't know money, who doesn't know about really earning money. You seem like you make fast money, quick money, very easily without much effort whatsoever. That means you're a sugar baby type situation. You got several tricks. You using government aid as well as child support maybe that's financing your life. You may make a little bit of money, but your little bitty money mixed with child support, mixed with government benefits, mixed with a few tricks. Now you got like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. When if it was just you might have had like, $1,500 a month. Y'all live in a fantasy world of what you believe you want to do. We don't want to hear y'all talk. Fuck going to the islands and sipping pina coladas or whatever the fuck you fuck with. We just be wanting y'all to not talk so much. There's no amount of money that's ever gotten in the way of a woman being quiet. Nigga could try to give her a $100. Could you please be quiet? Oh, the nigga gonna try to throw some money on me. Well, I can throw money on a bitch anywhere else to make her bust her pussy open, but I can't pay you to be quiet. I don't like where we at with it right now. If that's the case, women just be talking.
The question is, why do you think that is? Like,
white women, they cater they're more submissive than black women. Black women, they talk back. That's one thing. Like black women, we talk back. We talk back. Like we don't listen. We're not as submissive as a white woman. Like
Maybe want an entertainer or something like that, or a drug dealer, or a scammer. Yeah, that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because a true entrepreneur with some real business and all these type of things, they not taking no days off like that.
Can't.
They not doing. They can, but they know I got a business to run,
and they not wired.
Exactly.
That's why they got to where they are to begin with.
Exactly. You know, so when I heard all that, bro, I feel like that was childish. That's a childish mindset.
Beat them to beat, because the big reason why these snow bunnies are running off with black men is they're meeting them when they have nothing, but they believe in their vision, and black women are waiting for him to cross the finish line. Greetings, you polite savages. Let's get ready to rumble! Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. You know, there's an old saying in polite savages that a broken clock is correct twice a day. And sometimes somebody gets caught telling the truth when they're not too busy pandering to their core audience for that cash. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that a lot of these ladies, they're waiting at the finish line for you to cross so they can say, hey, guess what? We did it. They want to be there and they want a man already built, and that's fine. But understand that man has a lot of options, and you might not be one of them. I'm talking about Dr. Umar Johnson when he was saying the difference between a snow bunny, you know, the word that he loves to say, and the average sister is that the snow bunny wants to help build with a man, where the average sister already wants a man already made. But they're the first ones that get upset when the man that they feel they should have winds up with the lady that they feel like they shouldn't be with. Telling them stuff like, don't you love your mama? Oh my goodness, you must be self-hatred personified. Well, man, the truth is that when he needed somebody, that lady who you say he shouldn't be with was there for him, and he was with her.
I'll bring this up. Hold on, let me get some tissue, not be barbaric. Yeah, man, listen. I'm gonna talk about a personal situation that I was even telling my cousin the other day. I said, be mindful. I didn't have anyone there for me. I figured this shit out just through the process of paying attention. What I've seen in my time, this is my story. Women would come into my life, I would let them know what I was about, what my purpose, my goals were, and they would come off like they were into that. Like it was a good thing that I was on what I was on. But what I realized over time was much love from South Africa, baby. We in Atlanta, man. I appreciate the love, man. I need to get the message out to the motherland, man. How y'all doing today? What I found out was women in my life were okay with spending money on me, spending money to buy things for me, but when it came to investing in me, there was a lackluster performance, or there wasn't any effort whatsoever to say, hey, I'm gonna give you a business proposal, read over this, and this is what I'm trying to do. would you invest in this? I need $400 for this. I need such and such amount of dollars for this. Hey man, I haven't been on this thing in a minute because a lack of individuals coming into the conversation, but I plan to do more and more. And please follow or subscribe to the page in the aspect of going back and looking at some of my older work. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and people don't want to have the real conversations. People want to be entertained, but they don't want to address real things. But I think some people do. So if you into realness, that's what we speak on over here. But my point was, a lot of ladies will look at a man and may say to themselves, if I invest in him and he take off and he's the man he's supposed to be, and the way I see him, that might mean others may see him that way. That may mean other women could see him that way. That may mean other women that have just as much potential as you, just as much beauty or services you can offer him, they may, now be able to see him more. And that's a problem for a lot of women that won't honestly say they're in competition with other women. Some women think they're in this shit by themselves once they get a guy. You're still competing with everybody else. You just always are. That's the name of the game. When you invest in a man and you put in that time and effort, that's what matters to men. Whether I'm up, whether I'm down, or indifferent, you stay the course. We look for consistency with our women to build trust over time. Consistency, not consistently inconsistent. Huh? Okay? There's a difference. A lot of men know women to be consistently inconsistent. And I give you 3 points of interest. When it comes to a woman's rest or sleeping, I put those two together. Her diet, what she intakes in her body on a daily thing, and her exercise. These things seem to do this. Yeah, you may have done it for 3 months, then you stop for 2 weeks. Yeah, you might have done it for 3 days and then you stop for 6 weeks. Yeah, you might have done it for 6 months and then stop completely. But where's the even keel? I get the yin and the yang, but okay, even keel. You can go here. But hey, level it out. Keep it in the road now. You all over the goddamn place. That's what I'm saying is, men, don't ever forget that when you're dealing with a woman, any woman, that she's different from you. Her mentality is different from yours. Her woes and cares and concerns are different from yours. We're not the same. A man's not attracted to a woman that's exactly the same as him. If he's a heterosexual, masculine, alpha male, you don't want nothing to be in competition with you. Not nothing. Especially your lady. Especially your daughter. Especially your female cousin. Especially your aunt. Especially your mama. Especially your grandma. Especially any woman you may have to work with or come in contact with in any way. We don't want competition from no woman. Not trying to compete with no nigga about shit. The fuck I'm trying to compete with this little ass child about what? Let's hear more.
was with her. So guess what he's giving her? This is called longevity and loyalty, something that you don't qualify for. And you hear a lot of these weird conversations across the internet. Not saying all of you believe in this. If you only making $65,000 a year, guess what? You shouldn't be dating. But what it really comes down to is that the average man doesn't even make that much in the United States of America. What these ladies are saying is that they're too good for the average man. You see, this is just another layer of delusion. Delusion on top of delusion and delusion. The average ladies who could be a strong 4 in the face think they are more than adequate to pull an 8. With the 666, 6 feet, 6 figures, 6, woo!
Women are so demanding. They got a lot of requirements. I want a man 6 feet. I want him to have 6 figures. He needs at least 6 inches. I was like, that you just summoned the devil. You wonder why your life, why you keep your life. You're like, what is wrong? Why does Satan act like that? Satan?
That's what they really want and really think. They want you to drop that hammer, open that wallet, and have everything they want, but they don't want to offer a whole lot because they feel like helping you keep the house clean and not really contributing to the finances of the house is worth more than enough. Because they've been told their whole life that they're all that you need. Then they get mad when they walk by the good guy who's building himself, and when he finally makes himself, he goes with another lady. Maria, Becky, Mary Lee, somebody who's not them, and they always get upset. But guess what, ma'am? If you're not there to bake the cake, a lot of times, nobody wants you to eat the cake. Oops. And that's just the way the ball bounces.
Oops. The most important lesson I've learned? Mess with the chick that like you, not the one you like.
One thing I don't like is when I hear certain black men, not all, but when they say, the reason I don't talk to black girls is because when I was younger, they always said I was corny or lame.
I did not say that. Well, you're not corny anymore. You're not corny anymore.
Hell no. Just like you have a preference, women also have a preference. If you came off a little corny or gave off that weird ass antisocial vibe or awkward.
Look into the camera, man. What year was it that we stood hands in unison, in camaraderie? Hold on. Hey Siri, what's different ways to say come together?
Synonyms for come together include assemble, congregate, gather, meet, cluster, crowd, flock, group, huddle, and rendezvous. This is from wordhippo.com. For more, say open this on iPhone.
Hey Siri, turn volume up.
Okay, media will play louder.
Hey Siri, turn volume to 80%.
Okay, I changed it.
Hey Siri, what's another way of saying come together?
Some synonyms for come together are assemble, congregate, gather, meet, cluster, crowd, flock, group, huddle, rendezvous, converge, rally, convene, foregather, concenter, touch, meet, order, adjoin, converge, abut, brush, contact, join, connect, working closely, collaborating, colluding, cooperating, conspiring, coopting, allying, combining, teaming up, and working together. This is from wordhippo.com.
Ooh, I like it. I love it. All right. Listen, what year did we conspire, collude, attach in any way what a bitch be talking about meant something? I didn't hear of our grandmother. I didn't hear my mama's era. Just my generation. Or maybe a little above me. Them 70, 75, 78 babies maybe. And up is where this is coming from. But I didn't hear nothing about our women coming out their mouth 78 or something. And you gotta understand what these years represent is you got the heroin era that hit earlier, and then you got crack hidden or about to hit. And I think we haven't done any type of real documentation on what crack and heroin did to our communities. I'm born in '82. That was the top of the crack era. Hey Siri, what were the years of the crack era in America?
It opened on September 19, 1969, serving Southern cuisine, including biscuits, grits, country ham, and turnip greens. Evans incorporated Cracker Barrel in February 1970
Hey Siri,
and soon opened.
when was the crack era?
The crack epidemic of the 1980s and 1990s is arguably the least examined crisis in American history. This is from bookshop.org.
What I said earlier, I had no idea of real stats and numbers and what books have been written and what. No, I know they ain't done no work on this shit, man. They ain't touched it, because they gonna have to touch how it got here. We can't do no big biography on this shit. How did Colombian coke get to Detroit? I know how it got to California. I know how it got to Texas. I know how it got to New Mexico. I know how it got to Arizona. How I get to Detroit? How I get to Alabama? How I get to Atlanta? How I get to... We know how I got to Miami, right? We know how I got to New Orleans and the Gulf, huh? But how I get to goddamn Chicago? How I get to New York? That's far, far, far away, right? How I get to St. Louis and Indianapolis, Arkansas? How I get there? That's the question I'm asking. Like I said, I did not know that. I was born in '82. I did not know about the crack era or what the devastations was, because I was fortunate enough to be not in the mix of that. I seen certain things but didn't know that's why that person looks that way. That's why that person used to be a judge or a lawyer or some shit, or a teacher, and now they that. Whatever that is, they just don't look put together. But I knew they haven't done much research or much anything on what happened to the so-called black people in this country, because that would have to do with telling on themselves and how they orchestrated it. Shit just don't come out of nowhere. So I don't know what this motherfucker was talking about. She was saying something probably silly. Oh yeah, about nigga being antisocial and this, that, and the next. And we in high school. That man's a child. I'm speaking directly on Michael B. Jordan was in high school, and I guess he got interviewed in the movie, the last movie, big movie he was in, I think the boxing joint. And he was like, oh yeah, didn't I know you from high school? You called me corny. He's like, nah, I ain't call you corny, but you ain't corny now. And it's like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck? It ain't about him being Michael B. Jordan, the actor, and on, got money and da-da-da-da. It got something to do with, there's levels to shit. We gotta get back to the levels, man. Just like checking your pH balance and all that. It's levels out here when it comes to order of, rules of engagement, how you deal with certain shit. Just because you want to, you can't go about it, because it's rules of engagement. is you gotta have some type of order to some shit. If you ain't got no order, then it's all over the place. It's convoluted. It's running amok. Hey Siri, what's another way of saying things are out of control?
Synonyms for go out of control include deviate, vary, change, aberrate, break pattern, depart from the norm, go astray, go off on a tangent, go haywire, and go wrong. This answer is from wordhippo.com.
You see? Going astray out here. Our women have gone astray. Our men is going astray. If our women is going astray, the men run after the women because the women got the pussy. Okay? So if our women out of order, the niggas is out of order because they running behind the women. And if the women mind ain't right and she only see the man as a goddamn come up and some pleasure instead of protecting him, positively reinforcing him, keeping him focused on his purpose, keeping him focused, keeping him away from the bullshit, keeping him focused, giving him what he need spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to be able to get out here and fight. If you tearing his ass down, you're critiquing him and fucking him over, always chastising him every second, never lifting him up, but I always got something. You don't never tell this nigga thank you or nothing, encourage him or nothing. It's always a critique. Hey Siri, what's another way of saying getting on to someone?
Some synonyms for getting onto someone are bugging, annoying, irritating, vexing, bothering, irking, exasperating, aggravating, galling, and provoking. This answer is from wordhippo.com.
Let's see. Hey Siri, what's another way of saying chastising?
Synonyms for chastising include scold, upbraid, and lambaste.
That's what a lot of men get when dealing.
Here's some music pick just for you on Apple Music.
No, ma'am. Hey Siri, stop music. What I'm saying is a lot of men only know the gripe women have for us, and always telling you how some other man that they don't know in real life, and all they know is when that camera turn on what they got from it and how it looks and how it comes off, that this man is better than you. That's that whole grass is greener. It's always something better for you, ain't it, baby? But you never gonna look around at what bed you made. You keep looking all in the sleep number store and Posturepedic beds and goddamn you all down at Haverty's and shit. But you got a bed at the house that you done made. That bitch where it's at. Even to get that bed out of here to get any of them other beds, boy, you talking some real deal spiel holy feel to make this happen. Bed you done made is what it is. You keep trying not to look at your bed because you constantly looking at other beds and thinking of how great those beds could be because you don't really like the bed you made though. You made it though. It is what it is. It's reality. You can't escape reality. That's why I say they live in the imagination station. It is what it is, and you still trying to make it something else. You don't want nobody to see it for what it is. You want us to think it's something else when it's just what it is. The truth it is and about it. Look, pay attention. What is it? It ain't this and this ain't that and that ain't this. All right, cut the camera off. Get offline now. Now go. They don't want you to see when that camera ain't turned on. Most of these women do not want you to see the real them. How long it took them to get on camera? Confidently. We got women with low self-esteem, mental issues, to say the least, out here giving advice to other men and women about what they feel and think. And ain't nobody gonna talk about it. Only nigga said something about it really Corey Holcomb and other people like him. With the one Cheyenne motherfucker. That, like, how the fuck did she get on Cam's show? These are harsh facts, but women, a lot of women don't understand it, or they want to play naive. You are only really successful if you don't have a real skill outside of being pretty and men wanting to fuck on you. You go as far as that in this country, in most places in the world. You go as far as men who wanna fuck you allow you to go. Because if you ugly and nobody want to fuck you, and you're successful in some regard, we know you had to earn that. But if you're very beautiful and you're successful, it's easy to lean toward what, regardless of what you did or didn't do, it's because you look like that. It was easier for you, period, point blank. And if you stayed feminine and you allowed your femininity to play that part, you win. That's how this shit works out here on the turf. Is it unfair? Yes. Is it biased to women? Yes. What is a ladies' night called? The bitches get in free while we have to pay. Who gonna pay for the drinks? Y'all niggas is. But we gonna give the women free drinks at a certain time, and then after that, you niggas pay for the rest of the drinks. Why don't the women pay for the drinks? They didn't pay to park or get in here. What's happening? But get what? Women get preferential treatment. And I ask this question. Well, I make a statement, then I ask the question after. Growing up, from a little boy, I remember little boys in a group or me solo being told, that's a girl. Don't hit a girl. Don't do this to a girl. You're supposed to be nice to a girl. Open the door for a girl. Pull the girl's chair out. Don't do the girl like this. Don't be respectful to the girl. Be kind to the girl. Look after the girl. Oh, okay. Because a nigga like girls, I guess. But shit. If they wasn't so nice looking or behavior wise, nigga, that I'm talking about from a little boy, that became a little bit more difficult to do when a bitch is out of control and you've been taught to, hey, excuse me, and she rambunctious and loud and aggressive and all the shit you don't like from a woman. You don't know nothing about this. You don't come from this at the house. This shit here is real niggerish. This is how girls were acting growing up. Some, not all. Most were dainty, quiet, you know what I'm saying, low key. But we had them different type of girls in Atlanta. You know what I mean? They come from a lot of different sides of town, mainly east and west at that time. But boy, a couple south side. We ain't gonna keep that out the loop. A couple south side. South side encompass a lot of shit. Old National is south side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Banneker and all that shit down there. Yeah, that's south. But anywho, I digress. We live in a futuristic time where motherfuckers like to pretend like I didn't even know what this woman looked like, but this is the type of woman who's talking out loud about. And you be like, oh, why are you judging her because she has a goddamn scoop fro? I don't know what this bitch looked like. She looked like another type of human life form. But anyway, I'm gonna let the bitch talk again. For what? I don't know.
about awkwardness, she has the right to not want to deal with you.
Wait. Stop the timeline.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Ma'am, you are absolutely right. And while we're talking about rights, well, guess what? That man has a right to date whoever he wants to, including the lady who was with him, ride or die from the beginning. He has a right to gravitate to whoever he wants to gravitate to spend the rest of his life with. And when you come up here and you start espousing such BS, talking straight foolishness, acting like somebody who just doesn't know anything about the human condition, well, guess what? It's all about conditioning. So let me break it down for you just so you understand. If I was conditioned that you don't like me, you don't want nothing to do with me, and you think I'm corny, when I find a group that does accept me and they celebrate me, guess what? I'm going to spend my time there, the path of least resistance. There's no way that I need to fight and battle for your affection, man, because guess what? Although you think you are the prize, when it comes down to it, guess what? You can always walk by a Michael B. Jordan and wind up looking foolish, just like that lady did.
Alright, so what would end up popping his?
The only thing is, I understand I'm short, that I am pretty short, and I'm shorter, you know, but it's just you're short too. So that's it.
Okay. And how tall are you?
I'm like 4'11".
Oh my god. Okay, and how tall are you again?
5'9".
5'9".
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, but you see, like,
See what?
you can look over your head.
yeah, but you know,
So you
look
wanna,
up.
like, tippy toe.
Yeah.
Keep your damn mouth shut.
You look like a black Barbie doll.
Thank you.
I ain't got enough money to afford you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I go broke. And I'll have to file for bankruptcy. Boy, I need 4-5 jobs to make you that. Boy, you got some pretty toes too. Yeah, no.
And now I know y'all up in the Zoom. Okay.
And see, man, you can keep on raising those insane standards that 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches. And 2 out of 3 just ain't enough. This guy has to hit the trifecta, 100 percentile. So now that you want the 80 percentile of men, even guys who were qualified looking at you, just gonna disqualify themselves, not because it's a flex on your behalf, man, but because he just doesn't want to deal with the BS. So he'd rather go on.
And now is Priest someone that's your type?
I would say yes. I love your style.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes,
absolutely.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
They want men that don't even exist. The new batch, they want men that they want a born again dope dealer who's corporate, who makes 6 figures a month, 19-inch penis, who communicates like her best friend, who can lead her, but you can't tell her what to do. Because these women don't listen to nobody. It's been like that since the beginning of the time. God was clear about what he didn't want Adam and Eve to do. That was the first sin. He told him. She was like, I mean, God, who do you think you are? You kind of controlling, ain't it? Don't touch what? I mean, it's giving. Like to God? Fellas, if she don't listen to God, she is not going to listen to you. You don't stand a chance.
So sometimes, you polite savages,
Damn.
a lot of these ladies, they pass up the corny guy, the nice guy, for the rugged guy. And that's cool. Everybody has their own choices to make. Please indulge yourself in whatever you want to do. But I'm going to tell you one thing.
That's wild shit. That breaks it down quite easily, doesn't it? You want what's up unattainable. Yeah, that's living in delusion. Living in a falsified
Don't you
universe.
open your face and say a dang word when you see that nice guy, when he made something of himself, built himself, became rich man, upset when he's with a lady that chose him, no matter what race she is. Because I'm going to tell you this, Becky, Maria, Olga, and Miss Lee, they're playing the long game. You dig?
So Kiki, you are the last one standing with this balloon. So I want to know why you still holding on.
Damn,
Well, so far, I feel like his energy has been respectful. He's not too egotistical, not too full of himself. He's handsome. He's tall. I feel like I see the effort in what he put in with his outfit today.
It sounds like he got all the compliments for you. So I want to know, if you saw Kiki out, would you be interested in taking her out?
Yeah, definitely.
So what is it that gives the definite that you take her out?
She's attractive. You have to look at somebody before you talk to them. And then I got to get to know you and everything, see what you're about, see where your head's at.
You've been very clear that you like a thick woman.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Is she thick enough?
She's all right. She's slim thick.
No. What is all right? What does all right mean?
No, I mean, all right, she meets the criteria.
Thank you for watching the Tip Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask us one burning question.
Why is she trying to get that man to go in on how he feel about a bitch body? See, that's a danger zone for a man. It's like, you want a nigga to be blunt, or you want me to parquet skate around with this shit with you. You know what I mean? I can bullshit you if you like, but I can get right to it. And then get right to it. You feel?